And what is going on, everyone, right there on YouTube? This is my very first live broadcast after Hurricane Irma that actually took down power here in Florida, South Florida. So it's been, what, 3 weeks maybe that I haven't done the Sunday's show. So here we are. And today we have a special episode, and it's about fitness, right? I never thought about throwing this in the mix, but throughout the years, I actually felt the consequences of working excessively and at some point not taking care of myself. So I remember when I had my first tattoo shop, all I did was just basically early in the morning, run the shop, tattoo, prep my pieces for the next day, and basically repeat the same routine over and over and over. Going home, eating, going to bed, next day wake up and do it again and again and again. So it wasn't until like maybe 2 years into my shops that definitely I didn't have time for anything, and I started feeling the pain of not being able to take care of my body. So I talked to other tattoo artist fellow, and they also share the same experiences where at some point in their career they were having complications and stuff like that. So some of the most common problems that tattoo artists suffer from, extensive sessions and bad posturing, and sometimes we don't get to tattoo with the most comfortable scenario. For example, a convention. A convention is one of the most uncomfortable places to tattoo. And, when you have clients from Friday morning until Sunday, end of the show, you can feel the consequences really, really quick. It doesn't have to take a couple of years. So one of the things that I did is I noticed that, my clothes weren't fitting, and I noticed that some lack of energy in me, and at some point I realized that I have to do something about it. And I was realizing that, all I did was just wake up and just go to the shop, and the shop was everything I had going on, and didn't take care of myself. So I actually enrolled in a gym nearby the house, and, started to shred off those extra pounds. And let me tell you, not only for the weight, but also for the mental break that I got from actually working out. And then I got into more skateboarding, and I got into running, and running is the second story. But I actually managed to set up my day for workout and my day for work. So like I mentioned before, a lot of colleagues in the industry, suffer the consequences of not taking care of the body. And this is the reason why, guys, I wanted to do this live with you. And let me go back to the chat and see what everyone is doing right there. Chris, what's up, man? Thiago, Francisco, and everyone else. You're burning yourself out getting the sign on the market, but I thank you so much because I'm waiting to pre-order, hopefully shipping November 1st. So, guys, and yes, so the main problem that I had was my back. After 3 to 5 hours into my tattoo, and I got to a point that I couldn't actually sit anymore, and I have to get up and take frequent breaks to actually stretch out. And that seemed to alleviate it for just a couple of minutes, and then again. So definitely, working out was something that really saved me and allowed me to continue tattooing. But not only the working out, also the stretching. I also got into the habit of, before starting a big piece, stretching out a little bit. And I remember watching a video. I don't remember. It was a guitar player. He used to stretch out before every performance, and I'm like, maybe I can apply this for my tattooing. And yes, I started stretching out a little bit before every tattoo, and a combination of stretch exercises and workout really helped me to get going. And there are a lot of artists out there that probably are going through the same, and they don't see an end in sight. So I recommend you guys, you don't have to start lifting weight. You don't have to start doing anything, abusive to the body. But at least, do something that's gonna get you moving. Do something that's gonna get your mind off of the subject for a while. And sometimes, you come back with better ideas, with more energy. Sometimes, usually all the time. And that's what has been working out for me for this long. Now, I gotta tell you guys that right now I'm not preaching my own advice, and I'm not applying it right now. But I feel that I have to do exactly the same. You know, some of you know I've been working nonstop on this machine release, and again, you know, sitting on the chair for a long amount of hours, you know, on the computer, building machines, doing conventions, flying for long hours, and yes, I'm a little bit under the weather, as you guys can see, can also take a toll on you. And yeah, part of my New Year, not New Year, but before New Year resolution is going to be to get active again and actually schedule a couple of hours, you know, to allow my body to heal, allow my body to stretch, allow my body and my mind to actually, you know, take a break from their routine. So what do you guys have to say here? Okay, here we go. So we have some experiences right here. I started tattooing, a lot of standing. It made a world of difference. I just get the client real high as well. As long as you're not bent over while standing. There is a reason why so many painters standing up when working. Let's go for a bike ride. Agree. Yeah, guys. A lot of painters do that, and that's some of the things that sometimes I was training. A little bit standing up, and yes, bending over, like just someone said. Yeah, it helps out for a little bit, but then you're bending over. You're putting all the stress in every single joint in your back. You know, I think that, yeah, just, you know, before going to the shop or before starting your day or even after, you know, just take a moment and go for a bike ride, you know, stretch your bones, stretch even your hands, you know, because not only the hands are going to take a toll, you know, throughout the years, you're going to feel in your neck. Some of the things that I remember that used to happen to me a lot, going to bed and actually waking up the next day with a pain right here that sometimes my scalp would get numb. Going to the doctor and blah, blah, blah. And everything had to do with the spine, with the neck area right here that, you know, now being able to support myself properly and maybe overhanging my head for a long period of time was giving me that. So I have to chill. And I tried a bunch of chairs. I tried, you know, a lot of those ergonomic chairs. I even tried to tattoo with a chair on my chest and lean my chest on the chair. That didn't work very well. But I'm always looking for new ways to improve my postures because I tend to relax and kind of like do this. And that's the worst that you can do when tattooing or when, you know, sitting on a desk. It's the worst thing, like just letting your spine go, curve your back. Not good. What else? Okay, yeah, Ryan Townsend said, I do yoga, stretch, and jog every day. Yeah, yoga. That's something that I have to try because this is what happens. I'm an addicted person, and once I started like working out, I actually got into the habit of running every single day. And running every single day was so good for the mind. But at some point, I started having problems in my knees. So yeah, be careful what you do out there because overdoing the stretching or the workout can also bring you new injuries. And right now, I can no longer run like I used to. I have arthritis on both knees, and I got PRP and a bunch of stuff. But hey, I'm running. So be really, really, really careful as well. What else? Ryan, be on ketogenic for about 6 months. So good. I don't know what ketogenic means, but it sounds pretty cool. And vegan for me, likewise, my friend. More clarity and focus. I don't eat meat either. That's good, guys. Well, and since you guys are talking about that, let's talk about that. So, fine-tuning the machine. And when I'm talking about the machine, I'm not talking about the tattoo machine. I am talking about the human machine, the machine that can operate other machines. One thing was working out, and that was the first step. The second thing was actually dieting, because again, working horrible shifts and you know, not having time for crap, you tend to actually pick up from, you know, something from across the street or McDonald's or, you know, that crap. So that was another thing that I did. And then to top it off, when I met my wife, I went 100% vegan and I cut off all the meats and stuff like that, and that really helped me to stay somewhat in shape. Not that I'm super happy with the shape that I am right now, but it really helped me to actually alleviate those pounds and kind of like a combination of dieting, exercising, and work, you know. Otherwise, right now, probably I would be really unhappy with myself. So, but again, I still have to get back to the habit because I picked up bad habits again from working so hard on this new machine right here. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? And, you know, a conversation that I was having with my wife, hey, listen, you know, I really have to start scheduling myself again to at least, you know, take care of myself for a couple of hours before I go to work or after I go to work, because I can't take this anymore. You know, it's just work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. Not good. So, guys, strongly suggest that you spare a little bit of time for that. You're going to see so many benefits. And if you also can find, you know, the diet that works for you, you know, I'm not going to be, hey, don't eat meat. Just, you know, that's up to you. Eat whatever you want as long as you're happy with it and as long as you are conscious with, you know, the impact of whatever you put in your body. So that's that. What else? It's a diet, ketogenic. Oh, low carbs. See, so for example, Chris is saying right now that he's doing a diet that is low in carbs. I did that back in the day, you know, when, again, trying to lose some pounds. I did the Atkins diet, and then I started eating massive amount of fats, and that did not work for me. So low carb diet, I'm assuming that it's a high diet in fats then. But I'm gonna do some research because I like to try different things and see what works best for me. I'm a strong believer that we give the best out of ourselves when the mind and the body is actually in tune. And the body and the mind is not in tune, the work usually is not 100% the best of ourselves. So that's that, guys. So we've been live for about 11.26 minutes. And I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to get this out of my chest. You know, I haven't even planned what I was going to talk about, but I knew that I wanted to talk about this topic. You guys are more than welcome to actually chip in right here down below in the comment box and feel free to interact, share some tips with each other. And yes, you know, tattooing and fitness, they go hand to hand. So you got to tune that machine, guys. So this is it for right now. There is going to be a lot more coming up from me in the upcoming days, and we are doing the giveaway finally in the next couple of weeks. So be alert on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and the whole 9 yard. And we're going to be posting some stuff how you guys can win a SpectraSign before November 1st. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Sorry for the disappearance, and I'll see you guys again next Sunday. Take care.